Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Very happy to have Kyle MacArthur here again with BOR, otherwise known as Bonneville Off-Road Racing. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Good to have you here, my friend. Yeah.
Good to be here.
We've been talking a little bit about getting off-road last little bit because, of course, we had the Salt Lake Off-Road Expo.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun, and I bet you spent some time there.
I actually didn't make it down this year. We had a couple vehicles down there last year. But.
All right. We're gonna take a look outside right now. And we're gonna just check a technical issue with your microphone while we're doing that real quick. And there we go. There's some off-roading right there. We were talking about that and some drone footage of this. Where is this at?
This is out in Vernal. This is where our race is, not this coming weekend, but next weekend.
I'm pretty excited about this. It's this one's all about the dinosaur.
Yeah, the Dinosaur Dash.
The Dinosaur
There's
Dash.
some really cool trophies that Nate Schrock made.
Is that right?
Yeah, so they're actually little dinosaurs, and
I can't wait to see this.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to come out and race just to win one. This is exciting. You guys, I know you. Like I said, we're kind of stoked about this time of year. This is the time when you guys get out and do a lot of this in the desert. The desert terrain in this area, unlike any other.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's desert, so it's
right.
Scrub brush and
dry, arid, and rough on vehicles.
Very, very dry. It's not too rocky out there, which a lot of the guys like. Unlike Jackpot, where we race in July, which is very rocky. So
right.
Each little race we do is a different type of desert, which is fun.
Talk about altitude here. Where are we at?
So it's right outside Vernal. I'm not sure.
So we're up there.
Which
which makes a difference on the vehicles and their performance as well.
For sure.
So, and this one's fun because it's a short course, which means people can get out and see it with guys going by a lot.
Right. It's basically a 18-mile loop. There's a spectator area right in the middle where you can see most of the course from that area. So it's a lot of fun. Spectating's free. People want to come out, just show up, and we'll give them a little information as they come in the gate. And
if they've never seen it before, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we've got trucks and that are going 110 miles an hour. We have old air-cooled Volkswagens, basically, little Volkswagen Beetles, motorcycles, quads.
So like the Baja Beetles, is that what we're going to have? Yeah. Kind of that version?
Yeah. Yep.
Those things are tougher than people realize, right? And when they break, there's only like 4 parts.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy to fix out on the trail, right? Herbie out there, right?
Yep.
Wasn't there a Baja Herbie? I think there was.
Probably.
I remember some version of that. I think Herbie goes. It was Herbie Goes Bananas, and there was some other one. Herbie Goes to the Desert. I don't remember.
Probably.
But here it is. We're going to have that for sure. This is awesome. Not only do you guys, offer a spectator version here, but there's some great footage that comes back from this too.
Yeah, this is actually up in Jackpot here, this footage.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, but it's worthy of mentioning again. These are trails that have been there for a really, really, really long time.
Right. I mean, a lot of these were established, back for agriculture or mining or what have you.
Right. So not only that, I mean, some of them that we've used before are old trails from Pony Express days.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So we're not out there tearing out new spots.
No, actually the BLM likes us to come out because it's actually a form of road maintenance.
Right.
I mean, it sounds odd, but it really is.
That's true.
Smooth out the washes and all that stuff.
Yeah, nobody wants to really maintain these.
Right.
The federal government will do zero to maintain them other than, like you said, letting people use them.
Right.
They'll do very little other than that. The state, the counties are like, yeah, well, we've got a little bit of work we can do, but mostly use is what they're looking for.
Yep.
So that's you guys actually are doing something helpful there when it comes to that part. Talk about the kind of competitors, because I don't think people realize that they could actually go and do this if they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly locals. We're a very Salt Lake oriented business, and so we've got people from around the local area, but these are guys that have day jobs. They don't have a whole lot of money, but they spend it racing. They bring their families out. There's not a lot of money in it. We have a few $1,000s in prize money for these races, but it's you spend that much on fuel and parts and getting there. So
winning just means you get your bills paid,
right,
basically.
Right.
This is what it costs me to get here. Yeah, some of it. This also involves, and I say this a lot, the family part of it. You just mentioned that too. These are some of the most fun family events I've ever been to.
Yeah, for
Talk
sure.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, so like I say, people bring their families, they've got their kids, they've got
Bring the RV
mom
out
and
there.
dad, yep,
Yeah.
bring the RV out and camp out, and you know, it's competitive, but at the same time, it's a big family. You know, everybody helps each other out. If your neighbor breaks down, you lend them tools and lend them a hand. It's how it is.
New fan belt. Here you go. Talk about, for a moment, we only have a moment or two left, but talk about this particular race and how people can be involved. When is it again? It's not this weekend, it's the following
correct,
weekend.
May 20th, just outside Vernal, Buckskin Hills Motorsports Park.
Buckskin Hills
yes.
Motorsports Park.
Yes, it's like 2 miles out of town. So
it's
right
easy to
there.
get to.
So
Okay.
if you wanted to stay at a hotel, you could stay at a hotel in town. The Spring Hill Suites has sponsored us
Yeah,
for this
so good
year.
rate there.
Yep.
If you want to come and stay, it's a nice property.
Yeah. And then in July, we'll be racing in Jackpot, Nevada, which is right on the Idaho border. And then in September, we'll be racing out at Knowles in Utah.
And Knowles is a fun one to go
It
see.
is, it
yeah,
is.
that one's that thin sand out there.
Yeah, and the dry lake bed.
It gets into everything.
Yeah.
We get a lot of breakdowns out there. Things happen. It's and you get dirty if you're a spectator.
Yeah, and if you want to come volunteer, we'd be happy to have you guys volunteer as well. You
Some
know,
course
just
marshals, things like that.
helping out around
Safety.
the course. Yep. So, and that's a great way to see the race because you're right on the course. So.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, so much in the way of opportunity as well. You can participate in the race as a racer. You can come and help out as a course marshal. You get the chance to come just as a spectator. But either way, you bring your family. You're going to have a good time. The roar of those engines, a little more than you probably realize. So you're going to have to check that out. And of course, so much fun to get outside. That's what the important part is. We're doing it all with Bonneville Off-Road Racing out in Vernal. We'll be back with more here on the Mountain Morning Show. We're going to high finance next, right after this.